I think women are amazing. I want you to notice only about 5 women clapped in this room. Because the rest of y'all are like, but what you gonna say next? I'm gonna double down on that. I think most women make men great. That's right, I do. And there's plenty of examples. You had Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, you had Nancy Reagan, Ronald Reagan, but flip it around, think about this. Where's the man when a woman's great, huh? Rosa Parks, she was married. What's the first name of Mr. Parks? Where was he? He was in the back of the bus. That's where he was. Talking trash to Rosa like, you better not go up there. True story. Black lady, 75 years old, comes up to me after a show. She goes, ooh. Ooh. Rosa would have loved that joke. I'm her niece, which proved to me her niece thought Rosa's man wasn't either. Guys, we have egos. We talked about this earlier. A guy had to let me know. He comes up to me and goes, I just want to let you know, I'll make my wife great. I was like, okay. How you do that? He goes, I give her emotional support. I go, no, you don't. She got a group text for that. Yeah, every woman in this room knows. All day long, fellas, your ladies on the phone with their best girlfriends getting emotional support. Just back and forth. I've never seen so many prayer hands in my life. That's all I know. My wife right now at this very moment could text her girlfriends, I feel ugly. Send it off. You know how you are, ladies. 1 minute later, every single girlfriend has replied, no, you not. You a queen. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah. Fellas, we don't support each other like that. I can't text my guy friends, I feel ugly. They'll be like, you are ugly, mother. And you smell like too. Try it, fellas. Go ahead, try it. Try it. Message your best friend after the show. See what happens. A guy ran up to me with a cell phone. He goes, look, yo, I did it. He texted his best friend, I feel ugly. His friend wrote back, die. Fellas, we need to watch women more. They do some amazing things. Like women take care of other women way better than men take care of other men. It's true. It's true. How do I know this? I live in Las Vegas. And even in Las Vegas, you hardly ever see a drunk woman alone just wandering. No, because their girlfriends won't let that happen. They'll be drunk right behind her, like, where you going? Come back. You forgot your shoe. You know what you see though? Drunk dudes alone all the time. Because we don't care about each other. You're like, where Craig at? I don't know. I like talking about being old because I've been through my 20s. I like watching guys in their 20s because they do the same stupid stuff we used to do. They're insecure. They don't know it yet, but they are. Tell you how I know. I hosted a TV show for CBS, New Year's Eve. I was wearing a suit. Guy had to be 25, 26, comes up to me and goes, hey man, you look good in that suit. No. It just made it weird, right? Like, I believe a man should be able to compliment another man without saying I'm not gay. He just made it weird. You know what that's like? A person ordering breakfast going, you know what? I'm gonna take an omelet, all whites, not racist. Why do I think women make men great? Because I have a 4-year-old daughter and she's already made me a better man. Yes. I'm empathetic. I care about everyone. I don't know you in this room, but I want you to win. Because you winning will not stop me from winning. We all can win. My 4-year-old daughter taught me that. Right. My 6-year-old son never made me feel that way. Now, don't get me wrong, I love him the same. But if you're a father in this room with a son and a daughter, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? A daughter makes a man want to make the world a better place. A son? You're mini me? You're like, yo, we about to tear this thing up! I never forget it. It was early 2000s. Early 2000s, I was single, wasn't even thinking about marriage or kids. I was watching this movie that had me confused. It was called Taken with Liam Neeson. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. This dude's daughter gets kidnapped. He goes around the world to get his daughter back. Not just that, he offs every single bad guy to get his daughter back. When I was single, I didn't understand that. I have a daughter now. I understand that. I also understand another thing. If he had a son, wouldn't even been a movie. It would have been called He Gone. Tooken. Guy jumps up in the middle of my show, goes, what if your son turns 18, hears that joke, and thinks you don't love him as much as you love your daughter? If my son turns 18 and still doesn't know I'm a comedian? So because of that, man, I looked it up. The movie industry hates when men save other men. So I looked it up. Do you know over 1,300 movies have been made where a man saves his wife or daughter? The 2 biggest movies where a man attempts to save his son? Lion King and Finding Nemo. But I'm a new school parent. I love being a dad. But all that means is I'm old, but I got young kids, 7 and 4. And if you 65 and up, you're an old school parent. And I think you had it way easier because you could beat your kids. Now, I don't agree with that. But you ever notice our parents never had any mental health issues? Because they never held on to the pain, stress, and frustration. They were too busy releasing it on our ass. We were the first support animal. I don't hit my kids. Do you know how hard it is to discipline a child when you don't hit them? When you count to 3 and they count with you? I'm like, 1, 2. My son is like, buckle my shoe. Our parents led with fear. We lead with a little bit more love. Because if you're around my age, we all know when our fathers came home, it was an event. Everybody in the house was scared. And if you got in trouble and your mom said those words to you, just wait till your dad gets home tonight. Woo! I would go to bed at 4:30. Our parents were wired different. I called my mom, she's Korean if you don't know. She's so just blunt. She's always blunt. I go, Mom, I need a story for my special. Tell me a great story about being my mom. She goes, oh, okay. Oh, tell them how I wash your mouth out with soap. So funny. Now, if you don't know, if you're young, our parents, if we cursed or said something they didn't like, they would grab a bar of soap and shove it in our mouths. Not just that, they would talk to other parents to see what kind of soap they used too. And it wasn't the bars of soap of today. No, it wasn't the Bed Bath & Beyond oatmeal flavored soap. These were giant brick-sized bars of soap. You remember that? Dove, Ivory, Irish Spring, Dial if you were poor. But my mom's Asian. She kicked it to a new level. My mom used this soap called Lava. Now, if you don't know what Lava soap was, it was a soap designed, made for mechanics to get grease off their hands. It had little pebbles of rocks in it. I didn't even curse, I just talked back to my mom. She was like, hey, boys, clean your room. I was like, that's your job. My mom was like, what you say? I was like, That scarred me as a child. I never knew as a kid I would have to deep throat a bar of soap. Scarred me when I was older too, you know? I was hooking up with this chick, kissing her below the belly button. She was like, talk dirty to me. I was like, oh no, I don't do that. It tastes bad, it makes my mouth foam. I'm just trying to be a better parent. That's all, just trying to be a better parent. So I'm watching videos just like everybody else. They have this new thing called gentle parenting. If you don't know what it is, they say if you call your child over and they don't come, you go to them. Find out what's happening in their world, and then once you fully understand that, you invite them back to your world. Now, I must be a terrible parent, because I ain't got time for that, right? But in today's society, you can't even yell at your kids in public. People think you're a bad parent. I think yelling at your kids is good because it keeps them out of trouble, you know? That's my opinion. My wife is scared. You know, people notice us now in the streets when I'm out with my kids. My wife is scared. She's like, somebody's gonna videotape you, put you on TMZ, and then you get canceled. And she's probably right, because people are so sensitive. So now I only can yell at my kids at home. I yelled at my son the other day. He made me angry. He was in his toy room, a room filled with toys that I bought. But he's not playing with toys. He's watching another kid on his iPad play with toys. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not playing with his toys. He watching another kid on his iPad play with toys. I look at my son and go, hey man, why are you watching the kid play with toys when you can play with your own toys? My son looks at me and goes, why are you watching basketball? Go outside and play it. I didn't know what to say. I walked away like a bitch. I was like, ah. I texted all my friends, I feel ugly. My mom got in a fight with my wife. Now, full disclosure, my wife, she cooks like once every couple, like once. So my mom walks into our new house and goes, oh, what a beautiful kitchen for no cooking. I go, Mom, you can't say that to my wife, not in my house. She goes, why? It's a true, it's a true. Then she looks at me and my wife and goes, do I lie? I look at my dad for help. My dad's like, walk away, son, walk away. Now, full transparency, that joke was on my last special. And the reason why I tell you that is because I didn't let anyone in my family see my special till we all watched it together. And I sat my mom next to my wife because I needed new material. My wife laughs. She's like, ha, 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 ha. My mom's like, ha, 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 so stupid. I got to tell you, Tempe, I did that on purpose. I wanted my mom to know that she couldn't talk to my wife like that in my house. So instead of having a conversation with her, I put it in a special. Because I'm scared of her. In my mind, I won. The clip went viral. I figured my mom saw it with us, so she knows not to say that again. I won. Checkmate. My Asian mom will never say that to my wife again. 2 days later. Now, let me let you know, my mom has a 72-year-old Asian haircut. You all know what it is, right below the ear, all the way around. They sign a contract. Y'all didn't know they sign a contract at 60. It says at 72, they got to have it all the way around. Yeah. So, my wife got long hair, long, beautiful blonde hair. It's hot outside. My mom's sweating. She looks at my wife and goes, "You know hot?" Me and my dad look at each other and go, "Oh, this ain't good." My wife goes, "No, I'm not hot." My mom goes, "Yeah, because you have thin hair." Me and my dad are like, "Oh!" Now, there's a point in every man's life when he's married. You know that look in your wife's eyes. Well, there's nothing you can do. So I take a step back. I'm standing next to my dad now, looking at our two ladies. My wife walks up to my mom and goes, "You know what? I don't have thin hair. I love my long hair. And you know why I don't like short hair? Because it makes you look old." I'm like, "Ah!" My dad's like, "Write it down, write it down, write it down." Now, I don't want you to think, I do not want you to think my mom's a bad person. She's an amazing mom. But here's the thing about Asian moms. They never tell their kids they love them. They never show them any emotion. But when they do, you know it's real. I got married late in life. Got 2 kids. My mom never thought she would have grandkids. The other day, she's at my house watching me play with my kids. She's glowing. I can feel it. She's glowing. She calls me over. "I just want to let you know, you are a great father." Yeah. And then she goes, "And I am so surprised." Take politics out of it, I think the world is moving in the right direction. Look at all this diversity in this room. We laughing at the same thing, and that is beautiful. Like, right? It is. I have a great family, man, and I will tell you this. When you have an amazing wife, as a man, you feel useless at home a lot of times. Because if you do something to help them out, you usually mess it up, right? So all I'm responsible in the house is for snacks. All day long, my kids are like, "Can I have a snack, Daddy? Can I have a snack, Daddy? Daddy, can I have a snack? I need a snack, Daddy." So I'm the snack daddy. They call me the snack daddy at home, but the problem is they started telling their friends at school my name was Snack Daddy. So just like every other parent in this room, you have to read a story. You have to go into school, read a story. I walk into the classroom, all the kids are like, "Snack Daddy!" Teacher looks at me, she's angry. She's like, "Calm these kids down." I look at the kids and say, "Hey, shh. You can't say that out loud, all right? Keep it to yourself." I read the story, and of course I brought snacks, donuts and everything. I give them snacks, right? I leave. About a month later, I'm talking to some parents. I don't know. My wife is making me talking to them. Their kid runs up and goes, "Snack Daddy!" Their parents look at me weird. I look at them, and then the kid goes, "Oh, he told me not to say that out loud." I was like, "No diddy, no diddy." Now, before I get out of here, just want to let you know, got a big shout out to a big group of people in this room. Very special to me. To all the people 40 and up Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. Because let's be honest, we both thought this show was a good idea at the beginning of the day, didn't we? We had the same plans. You were like, let's go to dinner, let's go to a show. Dinner was over like 6 o'clock, then you're like, I gotta be up for 5 more hours? We can't do it like we used to do it when we were young. Anybody younger than 25 in this room, that's a guy. Make some noise. 21 years old. Good looking guy too. 21, what's your name? What is it? Jason. He too cool, you know, like Jason. "21 years old, 19 years away from being 40. Think about that. Here's the biggest difference between Jason and all these 20-year-olds than us. People in their 20s, they love unpredictability. Jason don't care what happens after this show. He hasn't even thought, Jason didn't even know he was coming to the show tonight. Once you get over 40, what do we like? Predictability. We know what's happening after this show. I know where everybody over 40 going after this show. Home. Ask somebody in their 20s what they doing after this show. They be like, I don't know, but it's gonna be crazy. That sounds dangerous to me, Jason. That's like me asking a friend where we're gonna eat, and they're going, I don't know, but we're gonna get food poisoning. 21 years old, 19 years away from being 40. How's it feel to have no pain in your body, Jason? It's great. You, Jason. Jason. No pain in his body, man. How old are you, sir? Right there. You. Bald head, man. Yes, I'm talking to you. 43, what hurts on you? Everything hurts on him, Jason. Do you know what everything means, Jason? From the top of that man's head to the bottom of his feet, he's hurting, Jason. What's your name, sir? Matt. Let's go back in the day. First body part to go out. Knees back, what was it? Knees. Matt ain't got no knees, Jason. You know he used to have knees, right? But when you get old, things just go away. You gotta understand, they just go, you got it now, they go away. How about you, sir, in the house? How old are you? 64 years old. 64, yeah. See that, Jason? You see they clap for him for no reason. They clap for that man for still being alive, Jason. People ask me what I love about life, Jason. I say time, because time don't care how much money you got, what color you got, or if you're famous. It takes us all. Enjoy every single minute, Jason. Enjoy every single minute. Because Jason, I was 35 years old a long time ago, Jason. I'm old. Lady stopped me. She was 65 years old. She was like, oh my God, you were so funny, I peed on myself. I go, that's a weird thing to brag about. But then I got over 40 and I was like, oh, everybody pee on themselves. I pee on myself all the time, Jason. Yeah. I'll go to the bathroom and think I'm done, put it back in, drip, 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 drip. All day long, dribble, 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 dribble. And do I change my pants, Jason? No, I don't change my pants, Jason. That's why I wear black jeans, Jason. I got 2 kids. My wife was like, what's that smell? I go, it must be them. It's definitely not me. See how everybody laughing at Jason? That means everybody got pee in their pants right now. Thank you, Tippy. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. That's right, baby. That's right. Give it up for my parents. This is my wife, Claire, my son, Oliver, and this is my daughter, Elise. Say hi, buddy.
My daddy snores while he sleeps.
Hey.
My already free.
Hey, from the bottom of my heart, from my family to your family, this means the world to, I'm about to tear up. This means the world to me. Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys. During this pandemic, we are seeing things that are unimaginable, right? And as a person of color, I'm seeing things I never thought I would see. I never thought me and 2 black friends walking into a bank would be told to put on a mask. Black people, you get it, right? You want me to put that on and go in there? I never thought I would see that. You know what that's like? That's like 2 black people winning the cornhole championship of the world. You see how the black people didn't laugh? Because they don't know what the hell cornhole is. I never thought a furniture store could be racist during a pandemic. Now, we just celebrated Juneteenth. It's a national holiday. It's on the calendar now, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful situation. Now, if you don't know what it means it's the emancipation of the last black American slaves. Yeah. But one IKEA store, they wanted to celebrate too. This is a true story. Look it up when you leave. On Juneteenth, they served chicken and watermelon. I was just like y'all. I was mad. I got offended, you know? Because when I got there, they were out of watermelon. I was like, this is bad. I never thought I would almost die from coronavirus. March 17th of last year, I woke up gasping for air. It's so new, less than 100 people died from it. My wife calls 911. The operator has to look it up, a black lady named Teresa. She goes, ooh, it could be COVID. He could be contagious. Then there's a long pause on the phone. Then she says, girl, you better get away from him. My wife goes, what I do? She says, put him in the front yard. I'm like I'm trash? My wife looks at me and goes, you got to go. But I'm a man. I'm like, hell no, I'm staying in my house. I ain't going no front yard. So now I'm sitting in the front yard. Gasping for air. The ambulance comes, they put oxygen on me. They say goodbye to your family. Now, I can't touch my family because I got COVID, right? So my wife is at the front door with my son, and a window separates us. They're crying, I'm crying, so I walk up to the window and put my hand on it where my son is, gasping for air. My 3-year-old son puts his hand on top of my hand, looks at me, and goes, This little motherfucker making fun of me, man. For Fuck you, dude. But the comedian in me was like, his timing's incredible. So they put me in an ambulance. Now, if you've never been in an ambulance, it's a scary ride. You don't know what's gonna happen on the other side, right? And they put your neck in a brace, so all you can do is look up. And while I'm looking up at the ceiling, I'm going, you know what? They should put some motivational quotes up here or something. Something to put you at ease, you know what I mean? Like, you only live once. Enjoy the ride. OJ did it. So I get to the hospital. Lots of doctors and nurses waiting on me, and this is when I found out something interesting. The guy that rolled me out of the ambulance was like, you're our first COVID patient. Good luck. So they send me into a room. They take every blood test, every x-ray they could, right? Then they leave the room. About 30 minutes later, I see all the doctors in front of my room in a window, right? And they're just talking like, and then I see them draw straws, and one goes, fuck! And that dude walks in. He's scared. He told me less than 100 people died from COVID. So it was new, and he was like nervous, and he goes, well, here's what's happening. Your lungs are filling up with fluid, and you have double pneumonia and corona. So I look at the doctor and go, what's that mean? He goes, well, it's gonna go really good, or really bad. And we'll know in about 2 days. And then it started to sink in. I go, whoa, 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 this is serious. I'm gonna make it, right? He looks me straight in the eye and goes, we'll try our best. Yo. You always want people to try their best, right? But you never want someone to tell you they're trying their best. You ever drop your car off to a mechanic, pick it up, and you're like, hey man, did you fix my brakes? And the dude's like, yeah, you know what, we tried our best. So they put me in ICU. I'm the only person in ICU. It's new. It's new. Now, this is the only thing I'm gonna say about vaccines. I don't care if you're on them or not on them. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your body. But if you're not on them, please do not say, I don't wanna get the shot because I don't wanna be a guinea pig. You're not a guinea pig. You know how I know this? Because I was a guinea pig. Because the doctor walked into my room and went, we don't know what we doing. So we gotta give you everything. And they did. I was like a whore, and the drugs were like dicks, and I was just taking them all in the mouth. I got gangbanged by experimental drugs. The first one they gave me, hydroxychloroquine. I had an allergic reaction to it. My temperature shot up to 104.8, almost died that night. But this is the last thing you ever want to hear your doctor say as he leaves the room. He saved my life, he's leaving the room. He looks back at me and goes, man, we learned something new today. Now, as I'm dying in the hospital, I'm watching TV. And there's a group of people on TV saying it's a hoax. Now, you know what these people look like. I don't have to describe them to you. If a Cracker Barrel exploded and landed on a Walmart and drove off in an F-150, so they were supposed to tell me if I was gonna live or die in 2 days. It took them 4 days, right? The doctor said, you're doing so well, we're actually gonna let you go on the 5th day. So on the 5th day, I'm getting ready. I'm putting on all my clothes. All the doctors run into my room and go, no, 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 lay back down, lay back down, lay back down. You can't leave. I go, what's the matter, doc, what's the matter? He goes, oh man, we just let somebody go home and they died. I was like, shit. You can keep me in this bitch forever. I'm not going anywhere, you know? Put me at the front desk, I'll answer phones, I don't care. What was happening is they were letting people go home, they would relapse and couldn't make it back to the hospital. Or if they did make it back to the hospital, it was too packed and they couldn't take them, right? So they evaluated me for 3 more days. Now remember, it's still new. So on the 8th day, they're letting me out of the hospital, out of ICU. Doctor looks at me, we're at the exit, me and the doc. He looks at me and goes, hey man, you need to quarantine. I go, how long? He goes, 22 days? Cool. I'm at home for 22 days quarantine. Let me tell you what my beautiful wife is going through. She's alone. We have a 3-year-old son and a 2-month-old daughter. So for 22 days, I'm hearing my kids yell, scream. My son's asking where daddy is. My wife is losing her mind. I'm getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner delivered to my room. I'm like, damn, COVID ain't that bad. I feel like a husband in the 50s, you know what I mean? I'm like, get those kids away from me, bitch, where's my dinner? But I gotta say, man, to all the doctors, nurses, frontline workers that are here tonight, thank you for what you do. You are the real heroes. Yeah. Yep. So, I became good friends with my doctor, of course, because he saved my life, right? And they test my blood all the time because I was one of the first patients that beat COVID that they didn't put on a ventilator. So the doctor calls me up for a blood test to see if I need a booster or not. And he goes, well, here's your results. If your level is over 20, you don't need a booster. If your level is under 20, you need a booster. I go, all right, doc, what's my level? He goes, your level is 2,500. You have 120 times more antibodies than you need. The highest number I've ever seen during this pandemic is 700, and your level is 2,500. That's right. I hung up the phone, looked at my wife, and said, I'm a goddamn superhero. I'm the half Black Panther. Do you realize I could sneeze on someone and cure them? Shake my hand, sir. You're vaccinated. Fist bump. Booster! I'm not gonna lie to you, I got too cocky after the doctor told me this. I got way too cocky. Way too cocky. I was doing everything I wasn't supposed to do. Yeah, I was going out, touching everything. I was opening doors for everybody. Did not care. I opened the door for a little old lady. She was like, do you need some hand sanitizer? I was like, oh, hell no. I am hand sanitizer. I lived a life without fear. Everything I was afraid of, had no fear of anymore. A cop pulled me over, was like, do you know why I stopped you? I was like, no, bitch, and just drove off. I was like, what? This is what it feels like to be white. What? I didn't do that. I'm still half black. I ain't doing that to a cop. Oh, hell no. But when you debate your life, when you go back and forth in your life, you don't know if you're gonna live or die. You realize a lot of things. Great things that happen in your life and terrible things that happen in your life. And one thing that stood out to me is my parents never told me they loved me till I was 29 years old. And it really messed with me in the hospital, right? So before I get into that story, I gotta tell you about my parents. If you haven't seen my last special, my dad is black, born and raised in Louisiana, has a PhD in nuclear physics, and served our country in the Army, people. Right. Now, in the last special, he was 75, now he's 78, and he hasn't changed. He's still black and has swag. He still walks around the house like this, you know what I mean? And he's always laughing like, yeah. And always pointing at random shit that's not there. Just like, Now, my mom, she was born and raised in Korea, South Side. Now we know who doesn't watch the news in his room. I said it in my last special, Blasian. It's tough having an Asian mom because if they think it, they say it, they have no filter. My mom just turned 70 and now all bets are off. She does not care. I never thought my mom could be worse. My mom won't even say people's names to me anymore because she would rather describe them to me. She calls me the other day and goes, you know what? I like your friend, he nice. I go, which one? She goes, fat boy, small feet. But I knew exactly who she was talking about. Because with my mom will say things that make you mad. She will say things that make you want to fight. But my mom really feels that she can say anything to anybody. Because it's a truth. Oh, you don't like truth? Why you mad? It's a truth. Do I lie? Do I lie? My mom got in a fight with my wife. Now, full transparency, my wife cooks like once every couple of, once. So my mom walks into our new house and goes, oh, what a beautiful kitchen for no cooking. I go, Mom, you can't say that in my house. Nuh-uh, not to my wife. She goes, why? It's a truth. You don't like truth? And then to me and my wife, she goes, do I lie? Do I lie? I look at my dad for help. He's like, walk away, son, walk away. My wife, she's white. Whoa, it got quiet, okay. But my wife is just not white. She white. Now, I know a lot of people in here are white, and you're questioning yourselves right now going, am I white? No. My wife is whiter than you. My wife is from Gillette, Wyoming white. You hear that? When white people in Timmy like, damn. That's white. But we got a beautiful family, man. We got 2 kids. My son is now 5, my daughter's 2, and they're black, white, and Asian. That's right. We gave birth to pandas. We call them Ling Ling and Sing Sing. And my last special, I talked about this when my son was born, because I didn't have a daughter at that time. When my son was born and the doctor handed me my son. It's crazy as a father because I knew I would die for him, right? And I don't even know this dude. He could be a terrible human being, but I would die for him, But when they handed me my daughter, oh, it was different. I was like, oh, okay. I would kill for you. I became a murderer overnight. Because the family dynamic to me is crazy. Like, I would die for my son, I would kill for my daughter. But here's what's crazy. I wouldn't kill for my wife. Because that's not my job. That's her father's job. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Because I love both of my kids the same. But the love is in different directions. My son, I want him to be able to take care of himself, be strong. But I know for the rest of my life, I'm going to protect my daughter. 100%. And what's the biggest threat to women? Men. Look at that. Men. So now I hate all men. I became a lesbian activist overnight. / murderer. I'm Ellen DeGeneres with a gun. Because every man's a threat to my daughter. Every single man eventually will be a threat to my daughter. I hate my son. Sometimes I hate my son. Why? Because he's a threat to my daughter. We all have baby cams and watching my kids play. My daughter's playing with her little toy. My son walks over and grabs the toy from her. I get so angry, but then my daughter grabs it back and I'm like, yeah, that's my baby girl. Right? Don't take no man's crap. But then my son looks around to see if anybody's watching. Starts backing up where she is, and he hits her with his butt. And she falls to the ground and starts crying. I get so angry inside. I'm so mad. I want to fuck this little dude up, right? But I can't. He's only 5, and it's not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight. All I can do is scream and like, hey, you better stop that. And he runs off. But my daughter could hit my son with a brick in the face. I'd be like, hey, girl, good job, good job. Because a daughter makes you a better man, 100%, 100%. It makes you more empathetic, you care about people, you get sensitive. I cry all the time now. All the time. I don't even know why. My wife looks at me in disgust I cry so much. She's like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen my dad cry once, but I cry all the time. And then it hit me. Every generation of father gets softer and softer and softer. It means things are getting easier. My black grandfather was born in 1902 in America. Went through injustices you couldn't even imagine. My dad went through segregation, still got a PhD in nuclear physics, and had to march just to drink out of the same water fountains as everybody else. That's right. Me? I would never drink out of a fountain. That shit's disgusting. But my dad, man, I can't take him to the park because he has to drink out of every freaking fountain. I'm like, you fought for this? He's like, I deserve this, son. I deserve it. Tell you, man. I'm going on 6 years of marriage, man. My parents, though, they just celebrated 48 years of marriage. That's something to clap about. So I asked my dad, I said, hey, man, you've been married 48 years. How'd you do it? How do you stay married that long? My dad looks at me and goes, that's simple, son. Never say the first or second thing that pops into your head. You always say the third. I go, what's that mean? He goes, well, the first thing, you will get a divorce. The second thing, you on the couch. But the third thing, happily ever after. I'm 6 years in, I don't get it. Till about a month ago, me and my wife are driving to Vegas. She packs a cooler of food for our 2-year-old daughter. We get to Vegas. My wife opens up the cooler and goes, oh my God, the food all melted. I look in the cooler and notice she didn't put any ice in it. I manned up though, you know, hey baby, yeah. You didn't put any ice in the cooler. My wife looks at me and goes, you don't need to put ice in a cooler. It's a cooler, duh. Now the first thing I thought was, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. But I didn't say the first thing, I didn't say the second thing, I said the third thing. I said, baby, I can't believe this cooler is broken. So, I kind of got off course. I was supposed to tell you why my parents never told me they loved me. So when I finally get well, it took me 8 months, 9 months to get well, right? So I went to my mom and dad and go, why didn't you tell me you love me? And I went to my mom first. She goes, well, I'm Korean, so I do not say what is known. I speak by action. Now I look at my dad and he's stubborn and black and he goes, well, if your mama ain't saying the shit, I ain't saying the shit either. But I got kids, man. I got kids. I tell them I love them every single day, multiple times a day. That's right. Because I don't want my kids to have that same story about me. But my parents are now grandparents, and they're both over 70. You think they changed it for my kids? No. No. I'm talking to my son the other day. He's 5. Remember, he's only 5. I'm like, hey, buddy, you're the best. You are the best. My mom walks by and goes, how you know he the best? Much too young to tell. Why you keep lying to him? It's the truth. It's the truth. This is what I got to deal with, people. But that's the reason why I love my mom. She speaks her mind, and she taught me that, and that's why I'm a stand-up comedian, because of my mom. That's right, we're truth tellers. That's right. That's right. Because my mom, you know, she was an immigrant. She had me just a year after she moved here, right? There was no internet at that time. She didn't have books or friends to learn how to be a mom. She did her best while my dad worked all day. But now, I'm learning things with my 5-year-old son that my mom never taught me. I'm learning nursery rhymes for the first time with my son. Yeah. I just found out Mary didn't have a little ram. Now, if you don't like that joke, fuck you. My mom deserves that joke. She got so mad when she heard it. She was like, why you say that? I go, well, because it's a truth. It's a truth. Thank you, Tippy. Have a great night. Appreciate the love. Thank you, Tippy. This is my son Oliver, my beautiful wife Claire, and this is our daughter Elise. Say hi, buddy. Oh, he's shy, okay. Guys, thank you so much. We love you, and thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.